The description of this assessment is to talk about Google Classroom. You can access this online assessment through Google. It is linked to all of the Google tools, but your administration needs to set up the account through your school district. Then you can log in with your school email and password. So now what we're going to do is log in. We are now on the main page of the classroom. As you can see, there's two different classrooms. Google Classroom is a different learning platform that allows teachers to distribute different assessments, such as quick checks or questions, and it gives teachers the opportunity to grade and assess in a paperless way. As you can see on this main page of the Google Classroom, for tutorial purposes, the classroom labeled EDCI 644. Now we're going to click that to give us access to just this classroom. Once clicking the classroom, you can see the main page with the different tabs such as Stream, Students, and About, and more access to different announcements on the left-hand side. For this assessment, I developed a question for students to answer. Do you like learning about fractions? This screen shows the access that teachers have, but a disadvantage is that as a teacher, you don't have access to see what the student's screen looks like. And you can go around and look at what the student screens look like, but if they were to take this home and do it for homework, you can only receive it as an assignment. Right now I have a question, but you can put an assignment link to the Google Drive that you have for your classroom. Once clicking the question, at the top bar you can see the student answers. Now that I clicked it, you can see student answers as a tab, and you can see questions as a tab, and you have the access to change the score of the assignment. Right now we're going to keep it as 100 points, but you can change it to any score that you want. This student in the class answered back the question, so I can send her back a grade with a comment link to it. You don't always have to do that, but that will create the opportunity to have a conversation back and forth with that student. This tab up here gives you the opportunity to copy all of the grades into your Google Sheets. Once I grade the student's work, I can click the return button to send back to that student. So what we're going to do is just send a simple response back to that student. I'm going to post that to her to let her know. I'm going to select her name, and I'm going to return that back to her with the grade 100 out of 100. Underneath it says not returned, so it gives you the opportunity to look and make sure that you commented if you wanted to, made sure that you gave the correct grade, and now what I'm going to do is return that back to the student. As you can see on this screen, it says return work to one student. This student will be notified and can check any grade that you left. You can also leave a private comment, but since I already left a comment to her, she knows what I'm looking for in that. So I return that to that student, and what I'm going to do is go back to the main page with this arrow. And some questions that teachers might have about this is, what if I send back the grade and made a mistake? You can always go in and change the student's work and grade on the Google Sheets. And another question might be, can students respond back to a comment that I leave on the assessment? Absolutely. That gives them the opportunity to have a conversation with you as a teacher without having to come up to you in class. It can get pretty personal, and that's only something that you can see between you and the student. So there's many more functions available through Google Classroom, but this looked at how assessments can be given electronically. This can create virtual conversations with students to really gather their understanding on a topic or skill.